Here we presents the top 5 best Fujifilm lenses. Starting of our listed number 5. Fujinon XF56mm f1.2R. The Fujifilm 56mm f1.2 is a high-quality short telephoto prime lens for the X system, compatible with all X mount bodies from the X Pro 1 to the XT1. Announced in January 2014, it's actually the first native X mount lens aimed at portrait photographers. Mounted on an X-series body, it delivers equivalent coverage of 84mm, which is both flattering for portrait photography and also useful for capturing tighter views than a standard lens. Since there's no other native X-mount primes of this focal length or speed, it's the only game in town. But that doesn't mean Fujifilm should exploit a captive audience and rest on any laurels. Owners of the X system enjoy having access to a small but very high-quality range of native lenses, and expectations for this new model are understandably high. So with this in mind, I put the 56mm f1.2 through its paces using an XT1, testing not just for sharpness and contrast, but also taking an in-depth look at the out-of-focus rendering across the aperture range and topping it off with autofocus tracking tests to see if it's usable for close-range action too. For more information and price, check out the product links and description. Coming in at number 4 of our list. Fujifilm XF90mm f2R LMWR. The Fujifilm mirrorless camera system is built around a strong library of lenses. We've yet to use one that could be considered a bad buy. But there are still lenses that stand out from the crowd, and the Fujifilm Fujinon XF90mm f2R LMWR is one. It's a short telephoto design, matching the field of view of a 135mm prime on a full-frame system, and captures images with edge-to-edge sharpness, even at its maximum f/2 aperture. It also focuses quickly, is sealed against dust and moisture, and has a physical aperture ring for f-stop adjustment. It's an easy pick for our editor's choice. There's no image stabilization system. Fast prime lenses like this aren't often stabilized, but there are exceptions. The Zeiss Batis 8518, which is exclusively available for the Sony mirrorless system, does feature in-lens stabilization. Halfway of our listed number 3. Fujinon XF16mm f1.4 RWR. The Fujifilm XF16mm f1.4 RWR is a fast wide-angle prime lens in Fujifilm's XF lineup. The weatherproof 16mm f1.4 lens boasts an angle of view similar to that of a 24mm lens in a 35mm system, making it suitable for street photography, landscapes and reportage. Other highlights include an iris diaphragm with 9 rounded blades, an optical formula that comprises 13 lens elements in 11 groups, including 2 ED and 2 aspherical elements, a built-in high-torque DC coreless motor which delivers ultra-fast AF performance, HTEBC and nano-GI coatings to reduce reflections, a camera-to-subject distance indicator and a depth of field scale on the lens barrel, a minimum working distance of 15 centimeters, and aperture and focusing rings. The Fujifilm XF16mm f1.4 RWR is a relatively compact prime lens, at least when compared to its DSLR equivalents, but it's still quite a bit bigger than a comparable micro 4/3 lens, weighing 375 grams and measuring 73mm in length. As you can see in the pictures below, it complements the top-of-the-range Fujifilm XT1 very well, not feeling at all front-heavy and more than matching the body in terms of its build quality. Number 2 of this list. Fujinon XF16-55mm f2.8 RLMWR. The Fuji XF16-55mm f2.8 RLMWR is Fujifilm's best mid-range zoom for their X series of cameras. It has flawless optics. The biggest help is when you use any of these links when you get anything, regardless of the country in which you live. It costs you nothing, and is this site's, and thus my family's, biggest source of support. These places have the best prices and service, which is why I've used them since before this website existed. I recommend them all personally. If you find this page as helpful as a book you might have had to buy or a workshop you may have had to take, feel free to help me continue helping everyone. If you've gotten your gear through one of my links or helped otherwise, your family. It's great people like you who allow me to keep adding to this site full time. Thanks. And coming in at number 1 of our list. Fujinon XF55-200mm f3.5 to 4.8. Over the past few years, The digital camera market has been transformed by the arrival of mirrorless compact system cameras. Freed from film mirror design constraints, these can provide image quality to match SLRs in a much more portable form factor. Entry-level models provide compact camera-like handling and simplicity, while high-end cameras such as the Sony Nex7, Olympus OMDE, M5 and Fujifilm X-E1 are able to offer a full set of enthusiast-friendly manual controls in smaller, more discreet systems, and with relatively few compromises. However, to persuade buyers to forsake their SLRs, the camera companies also need to offer lens lines that will cover their needs. The XF55-200 mm f3.5 to 4.8 RLMOI's telephoto zoom follows in the same vein. According to Fujifilm, the aim is to provide premium optical quality and construction alongside class-leading image stabilization. Like the 18-55 mm, it features a relatively fast maximum aperture, gathering half a stop more light than most similar zooms for SLRs, and it uses a pair of linear stepper motors for near-silent autofocus. As with the other XF lenses, it offers all-metal barrel construction and a non-lens aperture control ring. The overall picture is of a decidedly premium lens, that's quite unlike the inexpensive 55-200 mm f4 5.6 telezooms for APS-C SLRs. I have included these product links in the description. You can check out these links for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe.